On Tuesday, we did the forward parse, right? So we call forward. So we did a forward parse. And the forward parse is going to determine the early start time and early finish time. So these are the two things we already learned how to perform the forward parse to determine the early start time and early finish time. So refer to the information we're getting from the previous slides. We come to the previous slides, we see we were using the zero for the early start time for the first activities. So based on this, we will put in 0 here. So this is the early start time for the first activity is here. So we put in 0 here. That is the reason we put in 0 here. And since we know the early start time for the activity A, then we can calculate the early finish time by this formula. Early finish time is equal to early start time plus the duration. So the duration for this one is 2 because we have the legend over here. So this duration is 2. So it's very important to put a legend for here in each of your diagram when you're doing the calculations. It will give you the information. This is you're going to use it. Okay. So so that is why we have 0 here and the 2 here. So once we determined the 0, this is 2 here, and then we will using this number is called the early finish time for activity A to determine the early start time for activity C, E, and B, because A is going to C when A finished and then C starts. So the relation between A and C is finish to start. Since finish start is the basic relations, we don't need to write down the finish to start relations. So we don't need to write down this. So, but we know the early finish time of A should be the early start time of C. And also the early finish time of A should be the early start time of the E and the early start time of the B. So you can see for here, here, and here, those 3 numbers are all 2. So since we know here is 2, then we can add in this 5 to getting 7. We're using this 2, adding the 10, getting 12. This 2 for B, adding the duration 6 to getting 8. Okay, so that is why we have the 2 plus 5 here is equal to 7. 2 plus 10 equal to 12, and 2 plus 8 equal to 2 plus 6. Here is 6. It's not 10. Yeah. Any question? Hey, we are in the class. We're in the class. All right, so I meet you. So okay, so so that's how we getting the number for C, E, and the number for B. So we continue doing this one. For D is quite easy because this 7 early finish time came to here as early start time because D is next to C, right? So another thing we come to here and we will see we know this 7 and then we using the 7 plus this 3, we get a 10. So that is why this 10 comes from. So those are the early finish time, early finish time, early finish time. Now we are in this one. So now we are in here. So how can we determine the early start time for the F? Because F is after D, E, and B. So that means F cannot start after D, E, B finished. So in that means F should be, the earliest time F can start is when E finished, because E will be end in the day 12. So that is from here, right? So why we're using the maximum over here is because we are using the latest day. So the latest is come from here, 12. So but we can using the formula over here is to pick those 3 are connect. So the maximum one from it is 12. So we put a 12 here. Once we determine the 12, then we can add in the 4 to getting the 16. So that is why this comes. Okay, so let me remove those, get a clear vision here. So you determine that this 16. So this 16 is the early finish time for your last activities, because that is the end of your diagram, your last activity. So you are using this early finish time of your last activity to be your project duration. So that means you have this A to F projects over here with A to F activities, and this project can be finished in 16 days. So that is your project duration. Any question for this? Great. So if we don't have any question, so that is for the review for Tuesday. If you don't have a question, we will move into the backward part. Okay. So
I have a question.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can
I can hear you.
I mean, for the last one, you chose 12 because 12 was the max out of D, E, and B?
Yes, D, E, and B is for its maximum of its early finish time.
Okay.
Yep. The formula is here. This is the formula. And this is 10, 12, and 8, which comes through here. All right. Any more questions? Good. So we're moving to learn the new thing. So the new thing here, we still, so this one, because I had my slide to be separate in different pages, but when you're doing your purpose, you're still in the same page, okay? So for this one, we were using the backward. So backward part is the same we're doing from this side, starting and end by this side. So this is end, then this is start. Sorry, this is the end of the diagram, but it started with your backward pass. So the backward pass is going to determine 2 things: the late start time and the late finish time. So so from the table, that will be the bottom 2 numbers, right? So we're starting from this one. We're starting from this one. So we will start here. So the first thing we were doing is using the calculated project duration. Remember here, the project duration is 16 days. So we were using the project duration 16 days as the late finish time for activity F. So that means you have this 16 is your early finish time for F, and also its project duration. You're moving this one to here. Okay, so then you have the F has the 2 number here is the same. 2 number here is the same. That is because we assuming we were using the late finish time of the F to become the project duration, and the project duration is the late finish time for F as well. Okay, so so that is come from here. I put in here and let you know. So once we know the late finish time for the F, then we can determine the late start time for the F using the equation from here. So 16 minus 4, you get a 12. So that is how the 12 comes from. 16 minus 4, you get a 12. Okay? So and then we refer to this this DE and the B here. And we were still doing this is late start time, this is late finish time. So we're doing with the late finish time first. So the late finish time for D will be determined by the late start time of the F. So this 12 came to here. Same, this 12 came to here, and this 12 came to here. So because D is only have one presenting activities, in the same time, E and the B only have the same single presenting or the following activities F. So there's no issue to using, there's no need to using this minimum one. Just picking that one and putting the number here. So once you determine this late finish time minus the duration, so this is duration, minus this duration, and you get this late start time is 9, and the late start time is 2, and the late start time for here is 6. Okay, so it's all good now. So we come to C, and this late finish time for C is come from this 9, because this C is only have one following activity, which is D, and then you can get in 9 minus 5, you get a 4, which is the late start time for here. So, but when we look in the A here, it's different. A has 3 following activities. So C is 1, E is another one, and B is the next one. So I just received an email regarding the late attendance. So if you come later for this Zoom call, please send a text to my phone. If you come later, don't send an email to my email. So please send a text to my phone. I will check it and I'll mark you down. So when we have the 3 relation over here, then we will record this formula here. We were using the smallest one for its late start time. So the late start time for the following A, E, sorry, this is C, E, and B. We have 4, 2, and 6. So that this is the smallest one. So we're using the 2. So that is why we have this equation here. So we're getting 2. The 2 is actually from here, from this number, because this is the smallest one. All right. So once you determine that these 2, and you minus the duration 2, you get a 0 here. So that is why and how we getting all those late start and late finish time for these A to F activities using the backward pass, starting from F and then go to D, E, B, and D go to C, and the C go to A, E go to A, and B go to A. So in total is from F to A. So that is backward pass. Any question for this?
So far, so good. Sounds pretty straightforward.
Okay, sounds good. So all right. So take a 1 minute to think about and try to remember how to use those two formula here. And the first step is from here. How to determine how to get in your starting points, how to determine the late finish time for your last activities. And also you can check it back in from the forward parts. And the first thing we do is using zero here, because without zero, we cannot find any more, right? So we do those one by one. And again, from the backward parts, we starting from here and getting this, in here to here and here, then we do this. So that is the backward parts. Okay. So once we did backward parts, and then you look in the table, I'm going to killing it, and you will see what is the remaining things we are looking for. There is only those two boxes are the remaining things we need to find, right? And those two boxes is the total fruit and the free fruit. So for the total fruit and the free fruit, do you guys still remember what is that means? So the TF
Total flow to
is,
affect your whole project, right?
yeah, the total is not impacted the whole project. And the free fruit is equal to, is what? Will not impact the early what time? Early start time of the following activities, right? So the free fruit is not impact the following start time of your following activities. So without delay the early start time of any following activities. And the free fruit, sorry, this is free fruit, and total fruit is will not causing your project to last longer. So those two definitions is very important. Please remember those two. Okay. So so now we can using the formula TF. Remember, TF is always dealing with the same box, but the free fruit is the following activities, not impact its early start time, right? So you are using the minimum of following early start time determine your early finish time. So let's take a look at the examples. Okay, so so for the total fruit, which is this box over here, you doesn't need to either do from the left side to the right side or from the left side, sorry, from the right side to the left side. It doesn't matter. You can start it anywhere. Just make sure you finish all of them, right? So let's look at the first A here. So this is early start time. This is early finish time. This is late start time. This is late finish time. And this is TF, and that is FF. So, and this is duration. Is that the duration? And this is ID number. So ID number, we normally don't use it. So basically you can remove it. Record the formula here. Your total free time is total float is equal to your late finish minus your duration and minus your early start time, right? So that means you have your late finish time. Late finish time, LF is equal to 2. Duration is equal to 2. And the early start time is equal to 0. So you put in the equation here is 2 minus 2 minus 0. So you will get a 0. Okay? So then you put your 0 here. So that is for A. And the same we can do for C. So that will be equal to your late finish time 9 minus your duration 5, and then minus your early start time 2, right? So this is why I put in that one. So I can easily do like this. Easily do like this. So 9 minus 5 minus 2, we will get a 2, right? And then for this E, you have 12 minus 10 and minus 2, you get 0. And the 12 minus 6 minus 2, you get 4, right? And the 12 minus 3 minus 7, you get 2. 16 minus 4 minus 12, you get 0. So this is here, and this one is here, this one is here, this one is here. Any question for the total fruit? It's quite simple. Morgan, do you have any question?
No, I don't.
Okay, Josh, you good?
Yeah. Is it possible for you just to subtract the ES and the LS? Where it says like the at C where it says 2 for the ES and 4 for the LS that equals 2. Could you do that?
There is, thanks for catching this. If you're looking for the notes from somewhere else, yes, they have something. Say, TF is equal to LF minus your LS. TF is equal to EF minus ES. I mean this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's better to not use this. So you're not going to use those two, but you can use those two to verify your results. Say if it's correct or not. What I mean is, so once you're using this equation to do your calculations, and you can using those two or either one to verify it. How to do it? So you can use 0 minus 0 to getting 0. 4 minus 2 getting this 2. 2 minus this 2 to getting this 0. 6 minus this 2 getting this 4. 9 minus 7 to getting this 2. Or you can use 9 minus 7 getting this 2. 2 minus 2 getting this 0. Or this 12 minus this 8, you're getting this 4. Or this 16 minus this 16, you're getting 0. So that is for you to verify, see if you're getting all the correct number for the TI. Does that make sense, Josh?
Yes, sir. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Okay, great. So thanks for catching this one. So this is for verification, okay? Only. This is for verification only. All right, so if no question about the free fruit, sorry, total fruit here, and then we move into the free fruit, which I think is the most challenging one for this PDM or the CPM methods here, okay? So let's look at this one. So the free fruit refer to the definition. The free fruit is the one will not impact your following activities, early start time. So following early start time. So if it means not impact the following start time, early start time, we're going to calculate A first. That means our calculation will be starting from this beginning side and ending by this left side, going that direction. Okay. So first let's take a look at the A here. We have all those numbers over here, and we're going to so this is 0, and this is 2. So we know early start time, early finish time. And this number should be 2, right? So that is, I do the early finish time again. So we're looking for the early finish time is 2 for A, and our early start time for here. So this is early start time, here is 2. So that's been added, okay? And this early start time is 2 as well. And this early start time is 2, right? So I verify is 2, 2, 2. Okay. So since we are looking for the free float is equal to the medium, the following activities early start time, which is 2, 2, 2. So that is the early start time of following activities. Subtract the early finish time is here. So then we're getting, so this is 2, okay? So we're getting 2 minus 2, we're getting 0. So we're putting 0 here. So that is how we're getting 0 here. There's 2, and this 0 is come from here. Okay. So we continue doing, that is the special case for this one. This is a challenge one because only A here has the relation to multiple activities. But if you're looking for the C here, is quite simple. C only have one following activity, which is D, and its early start time for D is 7. So using early finish time. So that equal P. This early start time minus this early finish time, 7 minus 7, you get 0. And same as for E, you have 12 as its early start time, 12 as early finish time, so you're getting 0. And the early finish time is 8. 12 minus 8, you're getting 4, right? And the 12 minus 10, you're getting 2 for here. So this is early finish time. So the last one, early finish time, is 0. So you just need to put in 0 here. So for any start or the end, the free float, the free root is equal to the TF equal to 0. So you want to see here is 0 and here is 0. So for that means for A and F, you don't need to have any calculations. You can directly put in 0 here. But for here, I just want to show you how to using the equations. Okay. Any question for this? For this free float? Madison? Is Madison here? Madison is here.
Yes, I'm here.
You, any question?
No.
So far so good? Okay. Terry, do you have any question?
No, sir. I'm good. I'm paying attention.
Okay, good. So that is the free float, which I think is a challenge one for this part. So so only this one is challenging. The others are quite simple. And make sure the last one, you don't have the number to do, so you can put in 0 here, okay? So now we're getting all those numbers. I'm going to remove those. Now we're getting all those numbers. So once we're getting all those numbers, we are using the CPM. Remember what is the CPM? Critical path method, right? So we're going to finding all the critical activities and then putting them in a single string, and then we are getting a critical path, right? So so for which one is a critical path? Which one is critical path? We need to define the critical activities. So the critical activities is those the total float is equal to its free float is equal to 0, right? So which one has a TF and equal to FF is equal to 0? So you will have A, right, and E, right, and F. So those are total fruit, and those are free fruit. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So those three are the critical activities. And the critical activities, you're putting them together. So you link them, highlight them. So that are the critical paths. But if you're looking for the other one, so this one is 2, is not equal to 0. This one is 2, and this one is 2 is not equal to 0. And this is 4, and 4 is not. Remember, I told you before, your free fruit is less or equal to your total fruit for each activities. You can check for here. Here is the total fruit is 2 is more than 0. 2 is equal to 2. 0 is equal to 0, and 4 is equal to 4. So this always true, okay? So once we defined the two critical activities, right? Sorry, this has 3 critical activities. We link them. So there is a 2 way to link them. So you can either using, if you have a highlight pen, highlight it. If you don't have a highlight pen, using the double lens. Does that make sense? So using the double lens, this is called double, and this is single. Using double line arrows to highlight your relation, or you can using the single line with a highlight. Okay, so you need to identify the parts, the critical activities. So you don't need to highlight this. So we don't need to highlight this. We only need to highlight the relations. Highlight the relations, okay? Using either this one or this one. And also make sure when you're doing your quiz or assignments, you will have a statement. Critical parts is A, E, and F. Writing it down. Write down A to E to F is CP, critical parts. And also don't forget you have another statement is your project duration. Come from here. So write it down. You have a project duration 16 days. So that is the 3 steps using the 3 questions in this example. So when you're doing exam, you will have the similar questions. So this is a summary of what we learned last lecture and also today's lecture. So we learned the basic definition about the CPM. So that is including what is event, what is activity, right? And what is the early start time, early finish time, late start time, late finish time, what is free fruit, and what is total fruit, right? Those things. And we see some example of critical path method. and we did a calculation, and we determined the critical activities. You need to write it down. And we found out that critical path is for the critical activities. And which is critical activity is its free flow is equal to total flow is equal to 0, right? And we know free flow is always less than total flow. So if your total flow is equal to 0, then you're getting 0. So so that is the this example here. Any question so far? Janaya, do you have any question?
No question, sir.
Okay. Victory. Okay. So if don't have any questions so far for this one, let's do some examples. Okay. So you can come back to your Blackboard, and you will see we have this one, note 3, presenting diagram and more examples. So we have how many examples here? We have 3 examples here, and then let me import this one into the good notes. Creating last page. All right, so I'll share this noted one with you later. Okay, so so let's take a look at example 1 here. So so as I said before, every time you should have a legend for your diagram, then I will know which box is what it means. For this case, this box is different to what we use in the example, but this is already coded over there, so we can continue to use it. But for if you develop any new one for your assignment or the quiz, please use this one. I like this one much better. Where is clear? Yeah, this one is much more clear. So early start, early finish, late start, late finish, total free float in the middle here, and this middle column here is your description or ID or durations. Okay, so anyway, I will give you some time to try this one, and then we can go through it together. Okay, so we're not in a classroom. I don't know how well how you're doing it. So is anyone can volunteer to do the annotation on the screen, and then we can see, and then we can check your results together. Anyone can do the annotation on screen? Anyone want to volunteer? Madison, can you volunteer?
No, thanks.
No thanks. Yeah, anyone volunteer will give bonus. Grace, do you want to volunteer? Okay, no one want to volunteer. So next time in classroom, I'll try invite someone to the whiteboard or the blackboard to do the volunteer. Okay, so I'll start with the mobilize here and give you some examples, and you can continue with it. So as we know, the mobilize is the first activity. So it's early start time, we put in 0, right? So once we determine this 0, then we can quickly get its early finish time is 1. because 0 plus the duration 1 is equal to this. So 0 duration and getting this one. And I will finish the remove and the bind the materials, and then you guys finish the remaining. I'll asking each of you give me the number and explain why. Carrie, can you tell me the early finish time here for the new floor?
Can you repeat the question?
Yes, that's a question.
No, I'm
The
saying.
question is, what
Uh-huh.
is the early start time for here?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
Yeah.
Anyone
No.
can? Anyone can? It's 10. Why?
Because it's after the remove old cabinets, which is 1.
Yeah.
So it's correct. It's from remove the older cabinets, but you needed to get in from this and this. So you are getting here is the maximum of 10 or 6, because you have the two lines over here, right? So install the new flooring should be after buy the materials and also after remove the older cabinets. Does that make sense? So this number put in here should be 10. So 10 is correct. Any question? So this number here is 10. And since we know this is 10, Tariq, can you tell me what number is for the early finish time for the install the new flooring?
You said since that one is 10, so then wouldn't it be that one be 6?
And what's the number for here for the EF here?
Oh, it would be 15 since it takes 5 days, right? Duration 5 days.
Yes, you're right. So this is 15. So good. So Trevor, can you tell me what is the early start time here for hand the wallpaper?
Yeah, you said my name, right? I think you said Trey.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it not 10 plus 4 and that gives you 14?
This is early start time.
Okay.
The early start time is come from the early finish time of your previous one. So that will be come from here.
Oh, so 6 plus 4.
No,
Yeah.
just 6. Because this is early start time. The 6 plus 4 is for this one. This is early finish time. Okay?
Okay.
So why here is only 6 is because there is only one relation between buy the materials and hand the papers. There is no connection from the remove the cabin to here, right? So only this one. So here should be 6, and here will be 6 plus 4, you get 10. Okay, next, Grace. Can you tell me
Yes.
what is the number for here? Can you see the rectangle?
15,
15. Why?
because the early finish of installing the new flooring is 15.
Mm-hmm.
And so the early start is going to be when that finishes.
Mm-hmm. So yes, you have the 2 here because you have the 2 relation here, right? So you
Yes.
needed to use in the maximum one from this. That will be the maximum of 15 or 10, then you get a 15. So you have 15 here. So once you get in 15 here, so this will be Josh. What's the number for here? I only writing 1 here. What's the next number?
I'm sorry, which one are we on? Are we on
We
demote
are
bars?
here.
Okay, that would just be 19.
Good, you're good. Okay, so Josh again. What is number for this one? The touch append.
That would be
For
10.
there will be 10.
Yes, sir.
Is everyone agree with it?
I thought it was 15.
Why you think it's 15?
Cause she's. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. He's right. He's right.
Yes, because there's no length comes from floor into here. So here is 10. And then this one will be 16, right?
Yes, sir.
So good. So I give you 2 minutes to finding these two numbers, and then who can help me to writing these two numbers. And I think I will asking who want volunteer? Who not speak in this classroom can be volunteer for those two. Think about it, and I'll ask later.
Is it not 19? And then the bottom one is 20?
Yeah, correct. So the 19 is come from here. And compare with 16, which is bigger, so you get 19.
Hold up, Dr.
So
Yuhan. How do we
uh,
get 10 and 16 again?
get which
What?
one?
How do we get on touch up paint? How do we get 10 and 16? Because I'm still
Nah,
trying
it's
to
going.
figure
I'm
out.
on it. Oh, you want it?
So the 10 is
I'm
come
gonna give
from
it to
here
2 because when did you see him exactly? You don't
because
remember the time?
only this relation.
What? Oh, after?
And the 16
Before, after?
Yeah.
is because 10 plus 6.
Like 145.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Fuck.
Yeah. So now we finished we call it is forward pass, right?
Was it even on Tuesday, bro? Like,
Isaiah, your mic is on.
oh shit, my fault, yeah.
Yeah. So now you have your project duration is equal to 20 days. So don't forget to write in that days, right? There's two statements. One is project duration statement. Another is the critical path statement. So once you determine that this early finish time for your last activity, and then you are able to given the definition for your project duration will be the 20 days, right? So once you determine this one, you're done with your forward path. So you're done with your forward pass. And once you're done with forward, you are doing with your backward pass. Okay, so the backward pass, I'll change another color. So the backward pass is starting with your last activity, and you will assign your project duration, that 20 days, to the late finish time. So this is your late finish time of your last activities. Once you determine that this is your last activity, late finish time is 20, then you can get in your late start time is equal to 20 minus 1, you get 19. Is that clear? So that is how you're assuming how you're starting with your last activities. But then we will go from this one, that one, then that one, then that is your order. Again, I will asking each of you to give me your answer. If the name I did not call, and then you can volunteer, you can unmute and speak the answer to us, okay? So let's do it. So we were doing the late finish time, and then we were doing the late start time, okay? So is anyone can tell me what's the late finish time for install the new cabinets for here? And also give me the late start time for 8 as well. Give me these two numbers.
Is it 19 and 15?
19 and 15. Yes, 19 comes from here, and the 15 is using 19 minus 4, you get 50. Good job. So give me these two numbers.
Isn't it 20 for the bottom one?
Remember, this is the late finish time, and you are looking the following activities is late start time.
Yeah, so 20.
Here is 20.
Yeah. And then
Any
minus
other?
14.
So 14. Any other comments here?
Maybe 19 and 13.
Yeah, 19 and 13. Yes. Why?
Because that was the late start for the last.
It's 19, right? This late start time is here, and this is late finish time. So this will be 19 and 30. Okay? So
I have a question.
go ahead.
If it's LS on the top and LF at the bottom, would it matter if it's 19 on top and 13 on the bottom? Or
It's
is it
really matter. It's really matter. Because you always have this legend here. So each of them should be following the same way. So it's really matter, okay?
I got you.
Okay, good. So is anyone can tell me this? This is easy. Let's do the easy one.
Would it be 10 and 15?
For here,
Yes.
top one is 10, and
Yeah.
the low one is 15. So the 15 is come from here, right? Come from this one. And then you using the 15 minus 5, you get a 10. Okay. Now we have the first challenge one. Who want to do this?
Would it be 9 and 13?
You want be here is 9. And be here as 30.
Yes,
How
sir.
you get a 9, how you get a 30?
Shouldn't it be 19 and 23?
Don't we pick the lowest of the two? Because we're picking between the touch-up pane and the install new cabinets.
This is 1.5. This is not 1.30. This is 1.5. So this is 1.5 and this is 1.9. So Josh, can you try again?
So was it
Here.
11 and 15?
11 and 15. I think that's correct. Is anyone want to give a different answer? I think we should have a different answer. Terry, how do you think about this?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I was doing it right though, but I thought it would be 19 and 20, 23, but that might be wrong.
That one.
Is it 6 and 10?
6 and 10. Very good. Yes. Bingo. You got it.
Oh.
You said
You got it. You got it. This is 6 and 10. Why? We're looking this.
Because 10 is the lowest number?
Yes, you're right. Because you have here is 10. That is, hold on. Hold on. We confused here.
Yeah,
Hold
that
on.
so is it 13, 19? Because I thought we were just doing
Yes,
the
we confused it here. So let me change it back to yellow color. So when we look in this, we're looking for those, not those. Okay, so that make us have some
So you would
issue
use
over here.
10.
This is wrong as well.
so
Yeah, let's fix this one first. So so we were looking for this late finish time first. Then you are looking for the following late start time. The following late start time comes from 15 and 30. Does that make sense? This comes from here, sorry, comes from here and here. Okay. So it's come from here and here, then this number will pick in the smallest one, which is 13. So this is 13. And you minus 4, you get 9. So don't be confused about this two. This two is no relation to this yellow color. Okay. So and this has two relations. Look at those. So this is only have one relation, so you only needed to look at those. So we're getting here is late finish time, looking for its late start time. So 15, and here is 10. Are good? So we have a good discussion over here, and then we figure out it's better to use in different colors, right? So just following the colors. All right, so next one, we come back to here.
Excuse me, will this be recorded?
It's recorded, yes.
Oh, thank you.
It should be recorded. Next one, let's try with easy one, which is come from here. Try looking the correct on colors.
Would it be
who want
1 and
to? Would it be 1 and 10?
Yes.
Yes, is that right?
Yeah. Because you have 10 from here and minus -1. How about here?
Would it be 4 and 9?
4 and 9. I think so. Because you have this. So you will do the late finish first. So your late finish is come from your following late starts. You have 10 and 9. So you will pick up 9. So you're getting this 9. And then using 9 minus 5, you're getting the 4. Clean here. That's great. So the last one, Terry, can you try this one?
Oh, so we're going up. So would that just be 1 to 6 as well, or? Or same thing, 0
Which-
to 1. Or 1 to
Okay.
0.
0, 1.
Yeah.
Is that you see?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me why the 1 comes from? Where is the 1 comes from?
It's coming from the left side, right here. We're saying mobilize,
Uh-huh.
and then yeah, so that's your lowest.
So we come from here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's great. Any question for this backward purse? So if no question for this backward purse, we are moving to the last challenging thing. Let's do the total fruits, and then we do the free fruit. Okay. So the total fruit is much more easy because we always do it in the box. So the equation,
Question.
okay, go ahead.
About the 0 and the 1, will we
Uh-huh.
always use the lowest number to get that answer?
So regarding this 0 and 1, so your question is, are we always using the lowest number to get in this one, right?
I understand where you got it from, and like
Uh-huh.
how you do it. I just want to be sure that you would
Yes.
use the lowest number.
Yes. If you're looking for the backward purse, that means your late finish time will be always the lowest number of your following activities. It's late start time, because you cannot use the maximum one. If you use the maximum one, then maybe some of your activities cannot start. You can start some, but some of it cannot start. If using the smallest one, that makes sure everything following you will be able to start. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay, great. So let's do the total fruit. Okay, the total fruit is easy. You are using your TF is equal to your late finish minus your duration minus your early start, right? And you can check with LF minus LS or early finish minus early start. So those is for check only. And this is your equation for the calculation. Okay. So we were using late finish minus the duration and minus early start. Okay. So still within this box. So 1 minus 1 minus 0. So you get a 0. So I do 2 more examples, and then I will asking you to give me an answer. 10 minus 9 minus 1, you get a 0. 9 minus 5 minus 1, you get a 3. So Tari, can you give me the number for here for this TF?
Can you explain it one more time? My apologies.
Okay, so for example here, this is total fruit. You are using its late finish time minus its duration and then minus its early start time. So that will be 10 minus duration 9 minus early start time 1. So you get a 0. For this one,
Okay. So 15 minus 5, that gives you 10. Minus 10, that's 0.
Okay, 0. Bingo. So Grace, can you tell me this one?
Yeah, the 13 minus 4 minus 6 is going to be 3.
3.
Bingo.
Bingo. So Madison, can you tell me this one?
0.
0. Bingo. Omar, can you tell me this one? Josh?
Is it 3?
Yes, 3. So how you get 3? How you get a 3 here? You're using 19 minus this 6 minus this 10, right? So you're
Yes,
getting,
sir.
okay, 3. So how about the last one? That's easy. You don't need to do calculations.
0.
Yes, it's always there, okay? Okay, now we're getting the total fruit down. So the last one, free fruit. So the free fruit, looking for your early finish time minus your minimum early start time of your following, because you will not impact your early start time of your following activities, right? So question? If no question, I'll do a demo here. So for this one, the mobilize, if we look at the early finish time for this one is 1. So EF is equal to 1. And then we're looking for the early start time for the followings. So these are 1 and 1. So 1 come from here, 1 come from here. So the minimum from those is still 1. So then you have 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1, you get a 0. Putting 0 here. Okay? So that is how we getting this one. And I'll do a second demo for the challenge one, the buy the materials. Okay? So I'll do it here. So for this one, you have its early finish time is 6, and the early start time for the following activities are 10 and 6. And you are using the minimum of it, that will be 6. So 6 minus 6, you get a 0 here. So Madison, can you let me know this free float here for remove the cabins?
Johan answered.
I don't know this one.
You don't know that one? Okay, anyone know this one?
Is it 15 and 10? I don't know which one I should use. Should I use 15? I mean 10 and 10?
This one, you only have one relation here.
So 10 and 10, so 0.
10 minus 10, you get 0. Bingo. Okay. And how about this one? This still the easy thing. Terry?
What happened?
Yes. Do you getting this number here for the free fruit?
Will that also be 0, or am I wrong?
That will be early start time is 15. Early finish time is 15. So it's 0.
Okay.
You're getting this way?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, next one, this. Grace.
Yes, the early start time is 10, and then the 2 early finish times, out of the 2 of them, the minimum is 10, so it's going to be 0.
So its early finish time is 10.
Early finish time, I mean, yes.
And early start time, the 2 is 10.
15 and
The small,
10,
yes.
minimum is
So you
10.
get a 10 minus 10, you're getting 0, right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
So how about that one?
You want me to do that one as well?
Yeah, please.
Okay, yes. It's going to be 19 minus, that's a 19 as well, right? So 0.
0. Okay. So the last one, who can volunteer here?
Wouldn't that one be 3?
How you get it?
The 19 minus 16.
Okay, so great. And how about here? So you do it again. Muhammad?
That would be 0
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. So this always be 0, right? So this mobilize is your first activity, and this mobilize your last activity. So those always be 0. Okay. So now we
there's no negatives, right, Dr. Yuhan?
What's your question? Say.
Because the 16 minus the 19, that would equal -3, but we just take it as the face value of the number.
No, we for this one, for demobilize or for the touch append?
The touch append.
The touch append, you are using the.
Oh, is that 13 or 19?
Which one?
For the demobilize, the
Demobilize is 19. Early finish time is 19. Oh, do catch. Here is wrong. I'm sorry. Here is wrong. So you are using the minimum of its early start time. This equation is wrong. So this is equal to the minimum of your following early start time minus its own early finish time. Okay, so it's your own early start time minus it's your own early finish time. So your next early start minus its own early finish. I put it in the wrong before, so you get an -3. So here should be the +3. Okay. So every float, this or this should be more than 0. Okay. All right. So we determine the early start and the early finish time, late start, late finish time, total float and free floats, and then we are going to find in the quick activities. So that will be using the free floats equal to the total float is equal to 0. How many of them match this?
The ones on the top row.
The one in the top row. Okay, we have this one. We have this, and this, right? So do we have any others or just those? Lucas, this one, those bottom row does not match it. So then you have your critical activities. So what we do, there's 2 options, right? The one option is highlight here. Another option is using the double lens. Okay, so you can only use either one way. Double it or using highlight it. So you don't need to highlight those. You don't need to highlight those, okay? You don't need to highlight that one. You only need to highlight you only need to highlight this. You only need to highlight this. And don't forget to write down your critical paths is mobilize to remove something, to install something, to install again, to the demobilize. So this writing statements and this writing statements will be needed for each of your statements. And this highlight or double line sense is needed for each of them. So So when I'm grading it, if you don't have this, I will minus 10 from it. If you don't have this, I'll minus another 10. If you don't have the double line or the headed line, I'll minus another 10. So those 10, those 10, and those 10, I will check it, and easy for me to grading it, right? And for the others, I will see if you understanding the procedures. If you have some middle number errors, I will easily to either to take one off or I will not just skip it. All right. So this is the second example we did for the CPM. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay, great. So what's time now? It's 2:20. It's already 2:20 now. So I'm stopping the lecture today, and you guys can review the lecture notes I put on the Blackboard with this annotation. And also, I will upload the video recording. So here's the deal. So this one is for your practice. And we will go through it this next class. Okay? And this one, too, practice. And we will go through the class. So previously, I put in this one as quiz. And but this time, I think we will take additional one more class to go through those two questions. So